Hi, my name is Genevieve, and today I am making a very sinful and decadent dessert. This is marshmallow brownie. This recipe uses my basic brownie recipe, and I just did a mashup with homemade marshmallows, put it on top, and I swirled some chocolate ganache on top. Homemade marshmallows is also fairly simple to make, but if you're not all about that, you can certainly use either marshmallow fluff or just regular marshmallows. If you haven't made homemade marshmallows yet, I encourage you to try at least once because nothing compares to homemade. I'm ready. You ready? Okay, let's get started. This is everything that you'll need to make the fudgy brownies. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of warm water, 1 teaspoon of instant espresso powder, 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 4 teaspoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder, 2 eggs, 7 ounces of melted chocolate, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter, which has been softened, and chocolate chips. So I wanted to give you a tip about melting your chocolate because chocolate is one of those things where if you heat it up too fast or for too long, your chocolate will turn into this dry, crumbly looking sad mess. It's ruined. You can't come back from it. You're just going to have to start over. So a way to prevent that is if you're going to melt your chocolate in the microwave, which is what I did, set it for 1 minute. When that minute is up, take it out and stir it. And if your chocolate isn't fully melted by then, put it back in the microwave for 10-second increments. So every 10 seconds, take it back out, stir it up, and if it needs more, only 10 more seconds. And that'll prevent you from ruining your chocolate. Well, I just went ahead and did the exact opposite of what I just told you. So I'm going to show you what happens when you neglect your chocolate in the microwave. I threw it in there and I forgot it, and this is what happened. This is how it looks. It's not smooth at all. It's just very like grainy. It like kind of curdled a bit. It looks gross. I'm sorry. So I'm going to have to start all over with this. What a waste. But yeah, so don't do what I did. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, the first thing you want to do is mix your espresso powder in your water. Now, I know we are making a chocolate brownie. Whenever I make anything that's chocolate, in order to enhance its flavor, I'll add either coffee or espresso to it. You won't be able to taste it. All it will do is enhance that chocolate flavor. If you are not all about the espresso, you could try something lighter, like a lighter coffee, or just leave it out entirely. I'm going to set this aside. Now I'm going to mix my dry ingredients together. Flour, cocoa powder, and my salt. Give you a little mix. Set this aside. Now you are going to cream your butter and your sugar, and I realized I did forget to mention the sugar in the ingredients, so you're going to need 1 cup of sugar for this. So add your butter. Kind of looks like kinetic sand. Okay, so when it looks like that, then I'm going to go in with my whisk. Just cream it. Okay, so my butter and my sugar is combined, so now I'm going to add my eggs. Mix. All of my ingredients are room temperature, so it comes together very easy. So when that is combined, then you're going to add your vanilla. Mix it a little bit just till it comes together. I'm going to add my espresso. Can you see it? Oh, I made a mess. Okay, when that is combined, now I'm going to add my melted chocolate. Mix. This looks ready for the dry ingredients, so I'm going to add my dry ingredients. This is the flour, the cocoa powder, and the salt. Now, you don't want to overmix it. You just want to mix it until you can't see any more dry flour. Just like that. And that is it. I probably gave this thing less than 50 strokes, and this is how it turns out. It's very light and kind of moussey, right? Now, the last step I'm going to do is I'm going to spike it with just a little bit of chocolate chips. All those chocolate chips that I added, I'm just going to fold it in. When you line your pan with parchment paper, one of the tips I want to give you is to overline it. Like, see how it's like sticking up at the edges here, so that when it's done baking, you can just pick it up like that. That's my tip. It is nicely spread, so it is ready to bake. My brownies just finished baking, and it took this batch 28 minutes to bake. To test for it to be done, I stuck a toothpick down the middle. Just check on your brownie. As soon as you start to see it like set on top, then take your toothpick, stick it down the middle, and if it comes out clean, then it's done. This is everything that you'll need to make the marshmallow. You'll need 1 packet of gelatin, half a cup of cold water, a third cup of cold water, 1 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of corn syrup, and I just left mine in my measuring cup here. 4 egg whites, a pinch of salt, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, the first thing you want to do is dissolve your gelatin. So take your gelatin and put it in this cold water. Mix around a little bit and just let it dissolve and do its thing. So I grabbed a pot because the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to turn our sugar into a syrup. So you're going to add your sugar, your water, and your corn syrup. Now I'm going to heat this up on the stove top over medium to high heat until it comes to 200 degrees. After the sugar heats up, we're going to add it to the egg whites, and then we're going to end up beating the egg whites until it comes to room temperature. So we're going to be beating for a while, and I am trying to do that manually. So grab your mixer and add your egg whites. I'm going to add a little bit of cream or tartar just to stabilize the egg whites a little bit more. So about a teaspoon. I wish you could see, but my egg whites have gotten foamy, so I'm going to add my salt. This is going to keep beating until it gets really, really fluffy. My egg whites have beat to soft peaks, and honestly, like, I couldn't find my thermometer. Of all the times that I need it, like, now is the time that I can't find it, right? So I couldn't measure this to 200 degrees. So a way that I tested that the syrup is done is that I just took a little bit of syrup. I put it between my fingers. I went like this, and if threads form, then that's another way to tell that it's done. It's not ideal. If you have a thermometer, use it. I just couldn't find mine, so that's how I made with. So you get this super piping hot syrup, beat it, and you're gonna cook the eggs by adding this super hot syrup in here. So when you add it, be careful, okay? Don't hurt yourself.
This part wasn't filmed, so I have to say it, but after you pour all the syrup into the egg whites, you are going to add your gelatin into the same warm pot that the syrup was sitting in. You're not going to put heat on it, but the warmth of the pot is enough to dissolve the gelatin. Set that aside until the next step.
Okay, my gelatin is fully dissolved, so I'm going to add my gelatin and my vanilla to the egg whites. Okay, this thing has been mixing for around like 11 minutes, and it feels cool when I touch it, so I think it's done. This is what my marshmallow looks like, and this is the consistency of it. The gelatin that I added in here, as it cools, it should set, and it shouldn't be this runny. Okay, I have a nice looking ganache here. I think I did this right. See how it's like a little bit more smooth. Heat it up a little bit, maybe like 1 to 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, And when that was heated up, I just added that to the cool chocolate chips, and I let the heavy cream melt the chocolate chips. I have everything that I need here to assemble my marshmallow brownie. So the brownie is still like pretty warm, but that's okay. I want to add my marshmallow to it so that it really sticks to the brownie. That is a big layer. This is going to be a tall dessert. I still have some in here, but I didn't use it all. I feel like that's enough. Now I'm going to take my ganache and I'm going to put it in this little plastic bag because I'm going to make this plastic bag into a piping bag. Snip the ends off. And you're going to do a random design. Okay, that looks good. Well, it will look good. It doesn't look good right now, but it will look good. So take a knife and you're just going to make figure eights. And watch it turn to magic. Now, this is the optional step. I have mini chocolate chips on here, which I'm just going to sprinkle on top. And that is it. All right, now we'll cut into this. First, let me take it out of this pan. Let me lift it up and show you. So this brownie is really, really, really fudgy, but cheers. That's sinful. Wow. The brownie is perfect. It's just the way I like. It's fudgy. It has that little crunchy surprise of those chocolate chips that I threw in there. Mm. 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 And you know what? I had my lunch already. It's like a perfect way to end my lunch. A little sweet treat. Mm. That was worth every calorie. If you like this recipe and this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on all the other recipes that I want to share with you. Bye, happy baking, and thanks for watching.